Hello and welcome, my name is Meepolis, they, she, he, and this is Literally Graphic. And today we are looking at My Wandering Warrior Existence by Nagata Kabi, the fifth and very concise installment of the autobiography series by Kabi that started with my lesbian experience with loneliness and continued through my solo exchange diary, volumes 1 and 2, plus my alcoholic escape from reality before we arrived here. Link in the cards to each of these reviews. Initially published in 2020, the edition I read was translated into English by Jocelyn Allen and published by Seven Seas in 2022. Content notes for childhood sexual assault. Kabi includes a trigger warning and instructions on how to skip this section in the book as well, and some nudity elsewhere. Keywords that came to mind reading this installment were love, deconstruction, intimacy, harm, growing up, sexuality, and gender. The summary is, quote, after attending a friend's wedding, Nagata Kabi decides she wants one of her own. That's not the only thing she wants. She longs to love and be loved, but she has three major problems. She has no partner, no dating experience, and her only sexual encounters are limited to a lesbian escort service. With the help of a photoshoot, a dating app, and more, the author embarks on a journey to seek the love and happiness she so desperately desires. End quote. Starting with the positive, I will probably always have a soft spot for people flailing through life. Well, unless they are being a menace to society and hurting people. The way Nagata is left deconstructing the entire concept of love, let alone social constructs around marriage and partnership, felt so incredibly relatable in a way I've only started seeing. Then, of course, we have the continued exploration of Kabi's gender and sexuality journey. And while chaos and crisis is something that Nagata is perhaps known for at this point, it was nice to read about her for about 75% of the book going through confusion that did not involve something life-threatening or self-harming. That said, except for the part in the middle that covers Nagata's experience of childhood sexual assault. Told fairly matter-of-factly, I am still left with the uncharitable thought that maybe this story wasn't totally necessary here and now. Like, was the rest of the book not quite edgy enough? It is good for people to tell their own stories, and I deeply hope that no one pressured Kabi to include this story, and trying to break down silence and stigma is important. So I'm probably getting too nitpicky here. The way that parents and adults believed Kabi and tried to help was good, even if telling everyone in her school about it was obviously super misguided and understandably traumatizing. It's obvious that these events had a huge impact on Kabi's life, but it still felt very different from the rest of this very, very slim volume. Even more so than usual, this personal narrative is highly focused on just one person, so not exactly a rainbow of diversity across the various axes I generally try and talk about. There's also what people want to disclose and label or not label about themselves, but I continue to find myself pretty interested in Kabi's offbeat and stress-filled life, even while I really hope their life calms down a bit and maybe for them to not have anything more to write about anymore. I'm going with a solid 3 stars on this one. Bye y'all, keep reading, and organized to end capitalist oppression. And as always, Literally Graphic is created on land that should be given back to the traditional landholders, which in this case is, to my knowledge, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation.